In this question, we're asked to list all possible values of the magnetic quantum number m sub L for a 4p electron. Before we do that, let's look a little bit more about L values, the angular momentum quantum number, and then how they relate to m sub L values. So in this case, n, before we talk about L, is 4, because this is a 4p electron. So n, the principal quantum number, is the number given before the letter is given. But for values of L, the angular momentum quantum number, if L equals 0, we call that an s orbital. If L equals 1, we call that a p orbital. If L equals 2, we call that a d orbital. And if L equals 3, we call that an f orbital. So these are how the angular momentum quantum number, which is a number, relate to the letters that we use for the orbitals. Now, let's look at m sub L. Well, generally speaking, m sub L equals negative L through 0 to plus L. So that's what it means, generally speaking. But in the case of an s orbital, you have negative 0 through 0 to positive 0. So the only value of m sub L is simply 0. In the case of a p orbital, you have more values, because in a p orbital, L equals 1. So you can go from minus 1 to 0 to plus 1, minus L through 0 to plus L. In the case of 2, in a d orbital where L equals 2, you can have minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. And in the case of an f orbital where L equals 3, you can have minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So these are the possible values of m sub L for each orbital. Notice that n doesn't matter here. So since this is a 4p electron, the possible values of m sub L are minus 1, 0, and plus 1. Independent if it's a 4p or a 2p or a 5p, it doesn't matter. However, there is one other piece of information we can get here, which is the number of orbitals. For s orbital, and any given n, our principal quantum number, the value of, the number of s orbitals is 1, just the m sub L of 0. But for p orbitals, there's 1, 2, 3. For d orbitals, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for f orbitals, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as you increase L, the number of orbitals, the total number of orbitals, also increases. However, to answer this question, for a 4p electron, the values of m sub L are minus 1, 0, and 1.